When I went in high school, I made a lot of friends. I even got myself a best friend too. Her name is Aurora and we used to talk all the time and sometimes hang out outside of our classroom talking about random things. I was so happy because I finally don't feel so alone anymore because of her, and I still think about what happened in grade 6, so I don't trust much of Aurora because I was afraid she might leave me all of a sudden. Like, my old classmate did to me. So while making friends, I make sure that I won't get attached to them so that I won't get hurt. It sucks being like that. I wanted to tell them everything but I can't because I'm too afraid to get hurt again. Through the years of high school was kind of fun because of my best friend. Every day I will be lapping in my seat because of the fun things we do. Because of her, I slowly forgetting about my elementary days. I was fortunate enough to have a best friend like her. Though we fight sometimes, but we never stop being the best of friends to each other. But then college came. We have a different courses and Aurora is moving to another school. I became sad again because we will never gonna hang out like we used to. But our friendship is strong. Even though we don't have the same school, we still manage to communicate with each other. And sometimes when I don't have school, I would come to her school to pick her up and go to the mall. Thanks to my best friend, high school days are happy and I became confident and developed a strong personality. When college starts, I made a new few friends. I mentioned their names in my previous video. College was hard. I pick a course that I think it's a perfect major for me because I thought that I was good at it. When first year of first semester start, I thought everything is going to be A-okay, because I thought that this course is my passion. You see, my course is Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. So almost all of my subject is about programming. Doing coding or programming is a challenge for me because I can understand the flow a bit, but when I do the programming on my own, I can't do it. I remember I always ask help from my classmates about programming, but whenever they teach me how to do it, I still can't do it on my own. Day and night, I always practice my coding. Sometimes I do it right, but a lot of times I fail. Most of my practical exam fails, and the chances of passing my programming subject are almost impossible. But I didn't give up. There's still a chance I could make it. If I pass my midterm and final exam, I can get a passing grade. So I studied extra hard for the midterm examination. I remember I didn't even sleep because I was afraid that I might forget what I studied when I woke up. While taking the exam, I was wide awake because of nervousness. When I finished my exam on the computer, and the computer is calculating the scores. Ding! I got 21 over 40. I passed. Thank God! And I also passed my final exam. Haha, so I managed to pass all of my subject by working hard. But every time we have a programming activity, I always stress myself out. Like I will never sleep if I didn't finish or understand the program. That's where I started to be irritated at everything because my body is always tired for lacking some sleep. My college life is doing good until we became graduating student. Stress is filing out the charts. Every subject has a case study or a thesis, and some of our professors are being unreasonable because they always change the format or requirements of our thesis. I remember Jay and I was passing our thesis chapter 1 and 2 and then he marks out the format mistakes we made. So the next week we applied the correction he wanted to see. When he was checking our paper, I was shocked because he pointed out the correction he made last time and said it was wrong. The format should be like the first paper we passed last week ago. I was so pissed that moment, but I still managed to smile in front of my professor. So I talked to Jay to correct the mistakes we made. I noticed that Jay is sometimes not doing her part in our thesis. I remember I was the one who finishes chapter 1 and 2 and hers is chapter 3. When it's the day of submission and I was going to get the chapter 3 from her, she replies me with, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I couldn't do chapter 3 because I don't know how to do it." I was so angry when I hear it, but then I said, "Why didn't you tell me so that I could help you?" I wanted to be angry at her, but I realized that it's useless to let my emotions run through my mind. So, I did chapter 3 and didn't go to our first class. When I finished it, I make her pass the paper because I'm really tired for not sleeping. Then I noticed that whenever we have free time, Jay is always sleeping. I thought to myself, how could she be sleeping when she's not staying up all night doing our thesis? But then I just ignore it and do my business. Then my other classmate informed us that our advisor is going to fail us in thesis because of our paper. I was so devastated. When I hear the news, I called Jay to ask her to help me finish our paper. But she's not answering my calls and chat, so I finished the paper alone and didn't sleep again. In the morning, I sent Jay a long chat saying that we need to pass this subject. I can't do this alone. I need her to help me. Then she replied, "Can you please let me go?" I don't know what to respond, so I said, "No, we're going to pass this subject together." Then she didn't reply. When I go to the school that day to pass our paper, Jay didn't go to school, so I was kind of pissed again and thinking that she's not taking this seriously. When the night comes, my friends were chatting in our group message saying that Jay's family is contacting them asking if Jay was with them. It was late and she didn't come home, so my friends began to panic and so was I. Then I thought to myself, maybe I should go to the mall to watch a movie, but at this late of the night, all of the malls are closed. So I begin to worry. That night I was also sick because of the tiredness I get in finishing our paper. But despite all of that, I still want to go outside and search for her. But my parents didn't let me, so I just keep on chatting with my friends. Then, one of my friends saw a post on Facebook. It was a picture of Jay laying on the floor at the mall. I thought that she was just laying there. But then we asked the guy who sends the picture of what happened. He said that she jumped on the 5th floor. My heart dropped and tears are falling. I didn't sleep that night. I was devastated. I feel guilty, thinking that it's my fault. I pressured her. I killed her. I'm a worthless person. I didn't help her when I had a chance. But I was only doing it for us to pass the subject. But it's still not an excuse to pressure her. When she dies, the darkness in my mind started growing. When the news comes to our school, everyone was sad. One of the teachers talked to me about our thesis. They're suggesting that I should get a new partner for me to finish the paper, but I declined because I don't want to erase Jay's name on our thesis paper. So I continue our thesis alone. I remember I didn't sleep all week because of the deadline I need to follow. I was drinking coffee and energy drink all the time. I was about to lose my insanity. But then, my family and best friend supports me. Aurora would go to our house every day just to check up on me. And whenever she comes home, I would take a break from doing our thesis and sleep. Because of the support I received from my family and best friend, I managed to finish thesis 1 and managed to pass the defense. The defense is where you show your paper to the panelists. It is your advisor and some of the people who have a career in computer science and prove to them that your thesis is functioning and correct. Thank God I managed to pass it. I remember when they declared that I passed, I started crying. Not because I passed, but I think if Jay was still alive, she would have passed too, and all of our efforts will be pay off. When second semester came, I was preparing myself for thesis 2. This is where you present a paper including chapter 4 and 5 with the functioning prototype. Then stress is piling up so fast again because if we fail to present it, we will not be able to graduate. Remember how I told you that I didn't know how to code? Yeah. Our thesis requires coding. I thought to myself, I can do this. So every night I was learning and searching about coding but no luck. I didn't find anything that could help me, so I started crying and wanted to give up now. I can't go on anymore because I'm so tired. I remember I didn't sleep months in my bed because I always passed out in the floor of our living room. Every night for 2 months, I was suffering mentally and physically. I started to hallucinate and sometimes I can't control my body. I thought I was going to fail. I feel so hopeless. But then, I started to pray every night. And thank God I managed to finish it. I started to understand the flow of the code on the internet and copy it because it has the function that I need to my prototype. Then defense is coming. Thank God I managed to pass thesis 2. I can finally breathe again. I thought that the sadness inside of me will disappear because that's what everyone is saying. You're only stressing right now because of schoolwork. Don't worry, it will disappear once you graduate. I believed them. I was hoping that it's over. But then I graduate. Nothing happens. Nothing changed. I still feel hopelessness and worthlessness and guilt. I carry this baggage until I apply to work. I thought that if I keep my mind busy from work, the darkness will disappear. And I was wrong again. And unfortunately, at work, I've been bullied by my workmates. So I quit immediately because my mental health can't carry anymore. So here I am, still unemployed. And I was diagnosed with depression. Still fighting my silent battle. So far I'm winning because I'm still alive. That's it. Sorry if this story gets a little dark, and thank you so much for listening. It really, really means a lot to me. If you're feeling worthless, hopeless, and sad, please don't be shy to talk to your family and friends about it. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. Okay? Please watch the whole part of this series. If you haven't watched the part 1 of this series, please, 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 please go and watch it. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for listening again. Bye!